What's going on? As you can see, the Domination event is back. We got 4 teams in there rocking and rolling, but as you know, that's not going to last long. But the whole idea with this video is I'm going to teach you how to balance your teams so that when Domination comes around, you have a squad that can at least compete for a little bit, because it's all about racking up points and at least having a few teams that will be able to collect you 15 or 30 points, right? I usually don't recommend going for the 45-point arenas because those are the ones that are heavily targeted all the time. So I'm going to go in here and quickly show you my teams. So right now I threw in my top 4 teams into the game. 2 of them are kind of balanced, but the other 2 are not. So I'm going to show you how to properly upgrade the players so that all 4 teams can have a good shot at competing back and forth inside the event. So the first squad has my Gilbert Arenas. Now, if you've been watching the last couple videos, you know that's not the point guard that I use. But because Domination is about power, you want to use your highest power players and not necessarily your best stat players. So a few things you want to consider, right? If you see my how to build a team video for head-to-head, I put a big emphasis on stats. But Domination power is super important. Now, if you do want to have a specific player as your starting point guard or whatever other position, you got to make sure their power is the highest out of all your players. So like right now, when you grind seasons, you get a lot of foundation players. So Gilbert Arenas is my best player based off of power because I've gotten him twice and I've been able to fully upgrade him. So in order for me to put Magic as my #1 team in Dom, I got to get his power from what is currently right now. If we were to look at it, he's on my 3rd team. So I have to get Magic's power from 8540 to surpass Gilbert Arenas, right? It's going to be a little bit tougher, right? Because generally, I don't like upgrading foundation players unless I have the same card, right? It just makes it easier to upgrade, and that way I'm not burning through my diamond cards. I only advise using 2 diamond cards to upgrade a diamond themed card because those cards are harder to get identicals for. So a good example here is like we got Akeem Olajuwon at 15, and we got Yao Ming at 14. I'm pretty good on centers as far as the power, but then my 3rd center is Shaquille O'Neal at 9,300. So that difference between the theme cards and the foundation is huge. So that's why I always say upgrade the theme cards first, because those are going to be the best players on your team for a long time. Now, another thing you want to be careful with, right now LeBron is my best small forward in the game. I would like to have LeBron as my small forward on my #1 team in Domination as well. I'm not upgrading Carmelo because he's pretty close to LeBron. I could upgrade Dominique Wilkins because he's at 72-32. As long as I don't pass LeBron, I should be good. If he was to pass Carmelo Anthony, that's fine. He'll just end up being on my 2nd team. So those are things that you want to pay attention to when balancing the teams for Domination. Now, if you really want to get crazy with balancing the teams, this kind of worked better in Season 3. Season 4, I noticed a lot more players have this ability. But you can also pay attention to the prime player ability, which boosts your players' power if they are the greatest power in your lineup. This time around, it's a little bit more harder to balance this out because this team here, Chris Webber has prime player, and so does Michael Jordan. So generally, the higher the 2 will get the boost, but if you look closely, Shaquille O'Neal has the highest power on his team. So in order for their prime player ability to kick in, they have to be higher than Shaq. So you saw it could get a little bit tricky, right? Because now you need to use more Onyx cards to upgrade them. That might be a little bit more difficult, especially if you want to use your Onyx cards to upgrade a player that might be on your main squad, right? For me, it's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So if I'm using Onyx cards, I'd rather put it to those cards. So the higher you upgrade your first squad, you're giving yourself more of a cushion because your power increases for that first team, makes it more difficult for enemies to take your arena. But you don't want to go too crazy because you also want to give your other teams a chance to hold arenas as well. So if you're holding a 45 arena and you're the lowest, don't expect to hold that long. If you're holding a 30 and you're the lowest, don't expect to hold that long. You might get lucky with a 15, but trust me, once everyone starts going after the 45s and 30s, those 15s aren't going to be held that much longer either. Right? So you got to be real strategic with it. Like I got 4 teams in there right now. Realistically, I know that Team 3 and Team 4 are going to get eaten up. So I got to upgrade these cards if it makes sense. I would encourage you to upgrade the theme cards for the current theme. Like right now, Luna, Year the Tiger, Kawhi Leonard will be a smart card to upgrade because you're going to get a style bonus. And also upgrade your core side cards because they can always get you a style bonus anytime. Right, that's the perk of the courtside cards. They give you that 10% bonus always. It's also smart to upgrade your theme cards because some themes do return later on in the year. So you might end up giving yourself an advantage later on. As far as the foundation cards, do not upgrade them unless you have identical players for those cards. It just makes sense to use your resources on the theme cards. That's how I go about building up my teams for Domination. I'll show you what I'm going to do right now. I am going to upgrade Kawhi Leonard. So since all my teams have Onyx and Diamonds, what you want to do is go to your collection. This is where you start sorting out your cards. This is also good advice because there's a 500 card limit. So this is how you keep below the number. Is you want to sort by your rarities and go to your foundation cards and start merging. So like right now, we got 2 of the De'Aaron Fox. Let's merge that. That brings our count down by a little bit. That's going to bring our count down. And it's also going to give you a 2-star Onyx card that I can use to upgrade those players. So now if you look at the squad, we got a 2-star Duncan, but I also have another 1-star Duncan, so I can keep that because it'll be easy to upgrade that Duncan into the 2-star one and make him a 3, right? So you keep that in a tuck, right? It's all about remembering what your process is, even if you got to write it down, like for real. Or if you're on your phone, just jump on notes and just make yourself a little plan of what you're going to do with your upgrades. Vince Carter's a 2-star, so I can use him and De'Aaron Fox to upgrade one of my players that are on my Domination team. So I can do my Anthony Davis since he's on the main team, or I can do LeBron James and get that squad to be a little bit higher, right? You got a lot of options. With Diamonds, we're going to do the same thing. Now, Diamonds, I don't have any 2-stars that are available, right? I just have Gilbert Arenas, who's on the main team, and it's Shaq, who's on the 3rd team, I think. So if I was to upgrade any cards, it would be Olajuwon and Yao Ming, and I'll be using basically any of the diamonds I wouldn't want, or any of the diamonds that are not on my 4 teams. Go ahead and upgrade LeBron James. So we're going to throw Vince Carter and we're going to throw De'Aaron Fox. We're going to upgrade LeBron. So I want to create a bigger gap for the arena. Make it a little bit tougher for the take. Now Bron's upgraded. Power is looking real nice. 97-71. Team's power went up right there. You saw it with your eyes. And that's how you create an opportunity for you to keep your arena longer. So now on my 4th team, we're going to go ahead and upgrade Kawhi Leonard because he's the current theme, and I can also use him in fantasy finals. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade James Harden because, again, those courtside cards are really helpful for the style bonus, and I might need to use them for fantasy finals. So that's it. If you do that strategy, you might be able to get the 1st or 2nd reward in Domination. It's real tough to get the 3rd reward, but even if you get the first 2, it's going to help you with the next event, right, which is fantasy finals. David Robinson is pretty good for your team, but to get the Klay Thompson, that's going to be a great card to use, especially in head-to-head. Klay is a green machine. One of the most exciting players to use in this game. Dude is so buckets. And if you're able to get the collectibles, then you put yourself in an even better position to be able to craft a player. You can craft a player for the sets, or you can craft a player for the upcoming event. All right, so appreciate all the support everyone's been showing on the channel. Let me know if you want to see more guides like this, all right? So appreciate it. Catch everyone in the next one, which should be season 35 grind. So be sure to tune in for that, all right? So catch everyone. Peace out.